Right, we are now starting to ready up, and this is gonna be short quali. I mean full quali, yeah. We have got 16 drivers raring to go here, and my favourite track, one of my favourite tracks on the calendar, the British Grand Prix, the home race for about half the league, including me. It's gonna be a good one. Okay. Welcome in everyone. Feel free to say hi in chat, I will read it, because I've got chat open on my phone, and I'll be commentating off my monitor and off my console. Only one guy left, and that is King Reem to ready up, and once he's ready, we are good to go. If you hear me just fine, you don't need... If you can hear me just fine, honk in chat. Right. "16 drivers around the British Grand Prix, racing at Silverstone, HDR D3. Shut to shuffle. We have our first man out on track, and it is the Alfa Romeo of Ibrahim. Ibrahim is the first man out on track on the medium tyres. We've got Q1, Q2 and Q3 to come, followed by the Grand Prix HDR D3 around Silverstone. He is slowly coming in, and let's just watch as Ibrahim warms up his tyres to start his flying lap. Right, Ibrahim will now be starting his hot lap now on his medium tyres. Going into turn 1 at Abbey, it's fully flat out, should be in 7th gear, which he does so. There's an Alpine straight out of the pits, and that could be straight into impeding territory if he does not get out of the way soon. And it's very dodgy. Wouldn't call that impeding, but that is very, very close to impeding. Ibrahim manages to survive this, and he's so far looking very solid through the first sector. 27.7 is not bad at all for the medium tyres and for Division 3. He'll get a slipstream from the Ferrari up ahead, so that will give him a slight speed boost as well. And it's probably looking good for him if he can take Cops flat. Yeah, he does. Ibrahim is a fast driver. Definitely one to challenge for a D3 race win every now and again. And perhaps Silverstone can be one of those races, as he's now coming out of Beckett's, and it's a 1:03.4. Now that's quite handy actually for mediums. That's maybe only 2-3 tenths off what I would do on mediums, and I'm racing D1, so to be fair, I'm also very washed, so don't take my opinion into account. Turning in final corner, starts it very wide, turns it very late, and he's almost gone, and that's gonna make for a horrible final sector. Only a 27.4. That's a pretty awful way to start. And I'd say King Gaz is the one to watch right now, because he is the next fast car who will be finishing his hot lap. King Gaz now going through Stowe and looking quite good. I'd say this lap could be better than Ibrahim, and it should be better than Ibrahim considering he is on those soft compound tyres. And he comes across the line 1.2 seconds clear of Ibrahim actually. We knew there was going to be a gap between them, but that is quite the gap actually. That is a pretty sizable gap. And Flandex, I'll just call him, he's pretty slow. And Kingreen, I think, is that the end of his lap? Only a 30.3. By anyone's standards, that's not going to be good enough for Q2 at all, as JW Curtis goes to P2, still a full second away, and Chevy Wolves will be the next man to cross the line. There's an Alpino Comic also coming up to the line just ahead. You'll see his time pop in to a 27.2, and Chevy a 28.1. So these first runs are quite frankly awful right now. King Gaz has put in a very good banker, but most of the field, they really need to get themselves in tune, because these are not good laps to start the session with. Minjuice in the AlphaTauri getting a lovely slipstream from his teammate. It's like they coordinated this. It's gone absolutely perfectly for him. And King Gaz gets out of the way, and Minjuice is on his way to finish his hot lap. Looks like it's in the balance for him. It's going to be a very slow time as he spins it round, and Minjuice's lap time is wasted. Husky will be next to cross the line. He's getting a slipstream from a Haas car up ahead. As long as he's not impeded as well, then that should be fine. Oh, okay, that's getting borderline impeding. That's going to be a tough one to decide, but he really did not do a good job getting out of the way. Husky goes to the front row anyway. He was not kidding about that pace increase. Jundi Sundi, 27.2, and that's somehow P3 on this field. Not good lap times for most of them, but Husky, 26.5. It's maybe because the rest of the field is doing ass, but I think that's a very good banker time. Anyone else on the lap at the moment? I don't think so. Kingreen's just, I think he's prepping his tyres. I think he's out on a used set once more. Flandex is going for another lap on the mediums, and he's not been a very fast driver historically, so I'm not counting on many position gains, but we'll see. Anyone can throw a surprise, and so far he's still down on his original first sector time. It's going very wide at the apex, is really struggling to turn that wheel at all. This is not going to be a good lap from him at all, and I'll be very surprised if he gains any places off of this. Flandex now coming up to Copse corner, and he's messed that up big time. Must have lost a lot of time doing that, because that is not how you take Copse. You're meant to downshift into 7th and preferably hit an apex. I think he's keeping his gears too high through these corners, because it's not good, and he's invalidated for a reason. Oh! And he's almost killed himself in the process. That was almost a way to die, frankly. Charles Henry is invalid. Jundi's in the pits. Husky's in the pits as well. Tuisteri, the other old man of Haas, is on his lap right now. 27.5. That's a much better time. That's the kind of stuff we want to see when we're racing D3. Good lap times, fast lap times, but he has not used the exit properly, and it's going to be a very long run into Cox for him. Is he going to get this a bit better? He's messed up Cops big time, scrubbed off a lot of speed there, and that won't be good for the old man racing at Haas. He's missed a couple apexes there. The lap was starting off good, but it's just kind of fallen apart as the lap went on. It's still somehow a 103.1, which I'm very surprised about. That is probably Ibrahim territory, or maybe better than that if he has a good final sector, but I don't see him challenging King Gas at all with this sort of driving. He's coming up to the line now, and P3, he's challenged Husky, actually. He's got a lot of time in his pocket, actually, because he's somehow got a 26.7 with that bad of a lap. The stopwatch never lies. He could be fast if he nails it. Ruben Scott is coming to his lap now. Ever smooth. He's got full traction control assist enabled. That was quite evident as he came out of that corner. But even so, you need the pace. Assists are optional, and he's making the most of it. But he is 2/10 down on Twisteri. Now, it should keep him fairly consistent through all these corners. He shouldn't have any spins or lockups or any other problems, as long as he's got the extra assist enabled. And nothing wrong with that. Every driver has their way to drive, and Ruben Scott is finding good pace, but he is not taking a good line through cops. The only driver I've seen drive cops correctly is Ibrahim, and so far it's not very good lap in the end. Sector 2, Sector 3, I'm not very impressed. It's still a 103.1, and that is in Twisteri territory. With a better Sector 3, I think he could challenge, but he's going to get no traction out of there because he's went into 7th gear instead of 6th. So I doubt he'll be challenging Steri. Maybe P4 behind him if he has a mid-final corner. Oh, and he has improved it through the final corner. Gone up to the front row of Q1. Kingaz really doesn't need to go out again. Ruben Scott doesn't, Husky doesn't, Twoosh doesn't, everyone else below does. Because these are some pretty shocking lap times for league racing standards. Shifty Whizzer is going to be finishing off a lap and goes P3 on the medium tyres. Now that is seriously impressive pace, and I think the rest of the field should be scared of my man from the regime, considering he almost beat me at around Silverstone in a past HDR race. I reckon he can take the fight to Kingaz and win this time. He took the fight to Kingaz back in Texas, lost out by mere tenths of a second. I think he can do it this time though. Shifty Whizzer is looking good. Anyone else on the lap at the moment? Ibrahim out of battery. Never mind, I thought he was doing something. JW Curtis has a little bit too much battery for this to be a hot lap, and Comic is going to be starting a lap. Oh, someone has spun. I think a Ferrari off in the background, and that has to be Husky. There is. No, wait, it could be Chevy Wolves, actually. Is it? It is Chevy. Chevy Wolves not doing his team any favours there, putting himself straight into the gravel. And he'll just now be trundling back out onto the track to try gain a little bit of consolation for himself. Dr. Comic onto the main straight into turn 6, what we know as invalid, actually. Won't even give you the corner name because he didn't get through the corner. Chevy Wolves having had a spin and basically ruining the start of his lap. Seems like he's driving now for pity. And Minjuice is starting his lap now. And Minjuice is going to be someone to watch out for. Not because he's fast, but because he's slow, and he sets a 29.7, but that's just his outlap. I think he keeps doing 2 outlaps at once, so he's starting the lap on slightly older tyres, but a lot of it does come down to pure driver pace, which at the moment he has not got enough of to make Q2. Does Umka have a quali ban? I don't think he does. It's because he is possibly unable to make Q1. In that case, then I think basically all the top 10 is safe to retire. Because I don't think Umka can actually take part in qualifying at this stage. I think he's slightly busy. Minjuice takes Cops. Not flat out, but at least he got the line right. And Gaz has taken initiative and retired from session. I'm mighty impressed Shifty only using a set of mediums to get to Q2 though. Out of Stowe corner, coming in towards the final 2 corners, 3 corners really. 16 turns, has he got it right? Nope. 27.9 is nothing to ram home about, but it could still be enough, because I think everyone else below him is really not doing much. Flandex is doing a lap on soft tyres this time, and let's see how that works out for him. King Green is on an outlap up ahead, so we'll go watch him after we finish off with Flandex. Some of these lines are painful to watch, if I'm being honest. Like, too brutal. Too brutal on them. Through Cops corner, he takes it better this time. Oh, but he takes a massive lift through the exit, which is going to lose him a lot of time here. Hello, King Gaz. Looks like you can just chill and chat, because you're storming the field right now. Apart from Shifty, who's not that far away on mediums, but other than Shifty, you're cooking. Flandex is only a 10th up on his time, and considering just how far off he is from P13, he needs to find a huge chunk of time in this final sector, because this is going to be the final lap he can get in, and it might not even be good enough for Q2. Umka is coming out of the pit lane, so none of them are safe now. Quick on mediums, my old teammate. Yep. Except he's mine now. And I really hope he does better than you, because as you are aware, I did explicitly choose him over you. Anyway, Umka is on his outlap, and King Reem is on another outlap, actually. I thought... Or is it... Nope, he's hot lap or outlap? Sorry, my mistake. This is a hot lap. Not anymore. Straight lined it at Cops, and that's going to ruin his lap attempt, and potentially Umka could now knock him out, because I don't think King Green has a teeny bit of time to set himself another lap. He just needs to recharge his battery. If he's listening in, mate, full throttle, and then, like, drag the brakes, mate. I didn't pick the wrong AlphaTauri driver. Shifty's better than you. And I stand by that. We'll see at the end of the season standings. Shifty's going to be way higher than you. Oh, King Green. No. And that's ruined this lap as well, and King Green is out. Nope, he won't be. Unless Umka can do something about it. You just need a 29.6. You might as well drive an outlap, because 29.6 for Umka is nothing. Come on. Is King Green gonna get knocked out as the sole retiree from Q1? He's basically just trundling around for fun now as Umka starts his lap. This is the elimination lap. All the other lap times basically don't matter at this stage, because no one's really coming out of the pit lane. Umka, the last one left to dethrone the quote-unquote GOAT of D3. Sort of a more popular Latifi, or a likeable Mazepin. But he turns up every week, he gives it his all, and one day maybe we could see him scoring some big points. As Umka, purple through Sector 1 apparently, but I don't believe a second of that. All I know is that's definitely better than 29.6 for now. And through Cops corner, it's not the best way to take it, but it's enough of a way to take it, because he doesn't have a very fast benchmark that he needs to beat. and he downshifts so late there. He could have ruined his own lap doing that. It might still be Kingreen getting this. Is it Kingreen or Umka? Because everyone else has taken the checkered flag. Hello Rise, hello Shifty. Shifty's here, Diamonds, big up his ego. He knows he's fast, mate. He knows he's the fastest guy in this field right now. He's only 3/10 off pole on mediums. And Umka's crossing the line now. And he knocks out Kingreen. And poor man Kingreen is out in Q1. And he's not going to be happy with that as the sole retiree from Q1. Kingreen in Haas is out. All of that driving, and Flandex 28-2. The field spread is concerningly large here, to be honest. 2 seconds between the top 15. Around a track like this, really should not be. So, King Gaz, is he on for this? I think it's a straight fight between Gaz and Shifty, which I think wins. And there is your Q1 results. King Gaz setting the pace on soft tyres, looking fairly unchallenged by how many drivers of this field? 14 others. Because I am telling you, Shifty's bringing the challenge to King Gaz. Definitely no bias in these statements. And P2, P3, Ruben Scott, Shifty, followed by Husky, who's looking faster than usual. Ibrahim, Twooge, Umka, Jundi, Curtis, Comic, Charles, Lerman, Minjuice, Chevy, Flandex, and Kingreen. Yeah, exactly. No bias there. See, J-Rise is not biased either. Shifty Wizard is cooking. Shifty is my man. Shifty is my goat. It's plain and simple. He is going to win this D3 championship unless he leaves or something. If he stays the full season, he's winning this championship. Flandex straight out of the pits. I think that's quite wise for him, considering how he just barely scraped Q2, and a lot of cars taking early initiative. It looks like they want 3 runs in. King Gaz going for 3 runs though. I don't think he needs to. Or maybe he just wants to go have an early cup of coffee or something, you know, just set a fast lap really early and then just spend the time sipping. I don't know. I just imagined it as something Gaz would do. Charles Henry is still in the pits, but Ruben Scott is out on an out lap. He wants 3 runs apparently as well, as does Ibrahim. Or they could just be doing 2 runs, except they really give themselves a lot of margin between each run, because they technically have enough time for 3 runs. Let's see if anyone tries it. Like 3 proper runs, in and out of the pits 3 times, because that is possible in Q2. It's very possible in Q1, and I always do it in Q1. Q2 is slightly more difficult to pull off, but you can do it. And Husky, he knows how to drag the brakes, and he can just warm them with his Ferrari teammate, so it does look like he knows the basics. Yeah, I don't think he does. Jundi should know how you warm tyres. Apparently not. Yeah, a lot of naive weaving going on. There is a concerning amount of people here who don't know brake dragging. Right, Gaz. There, Gaz show now it's done, sort of. Just getting himself ready for his lap. Who is going to be the first guy to start his lap? It is going to be Jundi Sundi. or Cindy Jundi in the Discord, obviously, because I totally didn't change his name for him. 7th gear through turn 1, at least he knows what he's doing with his gearing. It's popping into turn 3 now. Very, very wide of that apex, actually. Took a very late turn in, which did not work for him. And it's not very smooth exit either, so first sector split, I don't think it's going to be very good for him. I'd be surprised if it breaks to 28. 28-0. So he's just about not into it. But narrow line through turn 7, and now he's got turn 8 and turn 9 cops, which is going to be corpse, probably. We'll see. One would hope not, but oh, he's invalid. Waste of an onboard. Ruben Scott though is cooking 27.9. He's only actually a 10th quicker than Jundi, and he does not do a good job in getting out of the way at all. And I would not be surprised if that got reported afterwards. It's probably not worthy of a full impeding pen, but damn, that was close. Ibrahim goes fastest with a 26.3. That is pretty horrible. No, horrible or not horrible? No, I think Gas at a 26.2, so that's actually a much better banker than what he did in Q1. So I take my words back, he's doing good. Flandex, 1.2 seconds off. Ruben Scott is somehow even further off, so he did not have a good run, or he got impeded. Chevy Wolves slots himself onto the front row, but there's many drivers still yet to set a lap time. One of them is King Gaz, and King Gaz is a front runner who is not on pole at the moment. He's on a used set of softs, presumably, but he's not on pole. Husky and Doctus slot in between King Gaz and Chevy, and we now have Munjus blasting his way up to Stowe Corner, and we've got the Haas of Tuskeri starting his lap, and the Williams of Lehman ending his lap. Out of the final corner, what's it going to be? P8, and slowest man to do a run so far. Tuskeri is looking for the time, looking for the pace. I wouldn't be surprised if he had his own racing songs blasting in his ears as he's driving. Maybe it's giving him time, but if he's playing the wrong ones, I'm guessing he's losing it. I think he's maybe, you know, just struggling in Silverstone, so he's just blasting I Won't DNF on repeat in the hopes that the prayer works for him, because, you know, Haas ain't winning. King Gaz. Yeah, I know Shifty's the GOAT. You'll see him, he's coming out on an outlap. Jundi is coming back into the pits. Tuskeri 27.5 after first sector. That's much better than what I've seen from other people. And that is certainly something that could challenge for pole position if he gets all of this right. 7th gear into Stowe Corner. You're getting no traction on the exit if you're doing that, so you're going to lose at least a 10th minimum doing that, but I think most of the field are making that mistake, so it's ending up being neutralized, but it's time you could gain, and time you have not gained, because you've only ended up P4. Shifty is the only man on track setting a lap at the moment, and he will be the next one to cross the line in about half a lap's time. Shifty coming up into Cop's Corner. Oh, he's got it right down to the wire there. I'm liking this from Shifty so far. I'd say he's cooking. Ooh. Ooh, not bad, not bad. Shifty doing well. A 102.4. That is significantly faster than anyone else's time I've seen so far. So, Shifty Weather looking like a solid contender to take pole here. If he's on a new set of softs, so he will be gaining a bit of an extra advantage from that. But even still, this is very, very good for a D3 driver. Coming up to the line, and he goes pole by 7/10 of a second. Shifty Wizard is cooking, I tell you. I'm not sure how used King Gaz's tyres are, but 0.8 of a second is surely... They can't be that used. Shifty Wizard is cooking. What's going on now? JW Curtis on a hot lap. Charles Henry behind him. JW Curtis is the man on the lap right now. Looking good for him as he comes out of Luffield. His next corner will be Copse. Ooh. Very, very good from Curtis. Nope, I take that back. He invalidated, and I didn't even notice. Hello, Sour Tub. I'm commentating again. Charles Henry, 132. Not very fast. He's 8/10 off Shifty after 2 sectors. Though, to be fair, the entire field is 8/10 off Shifty right now. So, can't fault him. He's trying. He's using the whole track. Which, good signs, good signs. And he's coming up to the line. And what time is it going to be? P5. Okay. Yeah, good stuff from Charles. That could be Q3 for him on the horizon. Who is on the lap right now? Ruben Scott. Heading into turn 3 and now turn 4. Ruben Scott coming towards Copse now. This is where a lot of drivers have messed up. Okay. He stays in 8th gear, he stays flat out. And that is a bold strategy considering the best way, for me at least, is 7th. Stowe corner, he misses that apex, and it's going to be very, very shaky exit. It's out of the last corner, and P4 safely through to Q3. So far, regime pole incoming. I tell you, mate, it's happening. The regime is cooking. Shifty Wizard is using my setups, and Shifty Wizard has turned into an absolute beast with my setups right now. Jindy Cindy has finished the lap. Didn't even notice. No one's out on track right now, actually. Nothing going on. It's a very quiet racetrack out there right now. We can just watch Jindy Cindy on... I think he's... Okay. Right. Anyone in chat want to stick their predictions in for this race? You are perfectly welcome to. Who's gonna win for you all? My money, metaphorically, is on Shifty. He's part of the regime. He knows this place well. He's almost beaten me here. So I think Shifty is winning the British Grand Prix. You heard it here first. Banana. And there we go, now we found a car on a lap. And it's Flandex, and he's a 10th up. Journey says, Gaz Ibrahim Shifty. Haha, got you to comms curse your drivers without paying. Nah, it's more like glazing, to be honest. Chevy Wolves is coming towards Cop's corner now, because Flandex invalidated yet another lap, and with how much time on the clock? 2 minutes, he is out. He is not going to have time, and neither will Minjuice. He's not even out of the pit lane yet. Now he is, but it's going to be a very, very quick outlap for him, in which he probably won't make the checkered flag, but it is possible to make it. Chevy Wolves is 2 and a bit tenths up. I think he threw away a lot of time in the second sector, because he was 2 tenths up after sector 1. Husky has retired from session in the pits. He knows he's through, as will probably the top 4 in just a sec. Chevy is got his final run. He's got his final corners, and it just comes down to the very, very short run to the line. Is he going to get up there? No, he's not. He improves, but it's still right on the cusp. And there are drivers below that are fast enough to do something about it. Umka is coming out for only 1 run once again. Minjuice and Lerman are also on their final outlaps. Flandex is out. And Umka's got an outlap to warm the tyres and get himself a shot at Q3, because right now he won't be there. JW Curtis is on his hot lap now. He's taken it a little bit earlier than the other drivers, so he won't have the best of track evolution, but he will have the track clear to himself right here, right now. Through Maggots, through Beckett's, and he's gone very wide through Chapel, and that's going to compromise his exit onto the straight. You never want to go 5th gear going onto the hangar straight, which is what he's done, and it's going to cost him a little bit of time into Stowe corner, in which he actually does take a much better line, which should gain him the time back that he lost, as down to 3rd gear for the final corner. Everyone's on the same page about that, at least. Coming up to final corner, and he's out. JW Curtis will not be in Q3, so it didn't give him enough time there. Checkered flag out for Flandex. That's his qualifying over. And now we have Umka, now we have Minjuice, and now we have Lehman trying to make it into Q3. Everyone else up ahead is firmly safe, I'd say. Jindy Cindy has taken checkered flag, and there are 3 drivers that could improve. So technically he's not safe, but I think he is, or not, because Lehman is 103.0, which is not a bad time at all. That could be enough to get himself around Charles Henry territory, which definitely does knock out Chevy Wolves. He is living on thin ice here. Lemon coming out of the final corner now onto the Hamilton straight. And is it going to be Q3 for him? Yes, it is. And that takes Chevy Wolves out of Q2. Q3 pole fight, not for Chevy Wolves. As is Jindy Cindy. Jindy Cindy out as well. Late improvement from Umka. Gets him up to 5th place ahead of Husky. And Jindy Cindy knocked out late. And Mars and Stein will not be happy with their drivers there. I've only got one man racing today, and he's on pole at the moment. Shifty Whizzer leading Q2. $15 drivers, 10 to go. And there is your Q2 order. Shifty leading the field this time from Ibrahim, then King Az, Ruben Scott, Umka, Husky, Charles Henry, Twoosh, Sterry, Lemon, and Dr. Comic making Q3. And out, Jindy Cindy, Chevy Wolves, Curtis, Vandex, and Minjuice. So they've got just 12 minutes of doing nothing. Shifty. Every team has a driver in Q3. Oh, I just noticed that. Is that a HDR first? That's actually really cool. We've got a Noah's Ark grid of drivers from every team in Q3. Commentator Curse Shifty. You're cruel, you're cruel. Cruel world, man. Shifty Wizard, you're gonna cook. You're going to win this race, and you are not going to run into any problems at turn 1. You're going to line up alongside a very, very clean driver who is not going to miss that apex at turn 1. Has baby for the Touge Q3. Okay, you want that. It's... Why do you like losing in style? I can't even say it's a shitty tune, because it actually slaps. But at least you're going down in style. So, do I do it on Touge's hot lap? I think I'll do that, you know. I'll do that on Touge's hot lap. Jamie Hester is actually driving King Gaza Sim. Knew there'd be a bit of foul play going on, you know, cross teaming. Gaz texting Hester an hour before the race. Jamie, mate, I'm fucking washed at Silverstone. Can you give me a help, mate? You know, something like that. No wonder he's looking so fast today. There's grip hacks, and then there's driver hacks. Just maybe I can get KJ on my sim for the next race, you know. Go Husky, Ferrari rep. Yeah, for the Ferrari fans, Husky is your man. He's into Q3. He's way quicker than he was last season. Last season he was getting the ropes of this, and this season he is ready to cook. Ibrahim will once again be the first man to start his hot lap for the first runs of Q3. This is where it all gets exciting, because there's no more doing one run at the start of the session and retiring. It is full, flat-out pace all throughout, and you'll be on the freshest, soft new tyres, and you will be in the hunt for pole position to start P1 for the British Grand Prix. Ibrahim is cooking. That's a 27.4. That is not a bad first sector at all. I don't think that's quite pole position pace, but I think it's a good start for him. As we now ride on board into Copse Corner, Ibrahim is doing well for himself. I think he can definitely be happy with that so far for him. I'll hide all the UI actually, just so Emu can get some lovely onboard car pics, you know, for thumbnails and stuff. Probably, if I can remember how to flick back to on broadcast. There we go. Nothing on screen. It's just Ibrahim. Third gear, presumably, into the final 2 corners now. You can see how focused his driver is. Laser eyes. Up to the line. And now we'll check where he's gone. 25.8. That's 2/10 off what Shifty did in Q2. At the start of Q2 at that. And now we have Tushtari on a lap. Which means I'm going to be forced to do some karaoke. Huh. Alright. As it goes through Copse. baby. I do not know this song, actually. Haas is back, ready for next season. Trophies, we'll hold to them tightly, beating opposition daily and nightly. I don't know, turn off red lights, it's our show. Always we fight, but we are not vandals. To none of us, you can't hold a candle. You feel the smell of our fumes, your cold pearl, and fuck, I can't do this. Anything less from this is a felony. But if you're a prick, we'll show we don't play. And if there's a problem, you'll just report it. Check out the hook while our TP resolves it. Haas, baby. Drive in a Haas, baby. You're still slow, though. Haas, baby. Still 1 second off Gazzy. Hope you're ready for thumping, where we're on the track, adrenaline is pumping, quick to the point, no taking, cooking our rivals just like pound of bacon. You're still in 6th. And Shifty's only P5. Okay, that's not fun. That is not fun. King Gaz is on pole position on a 25.6, which I think matches Shifty's Q2 time. So clearly there's been some mistakes going on for the rest of the field. Or Jamie Hester's been cooking on Gaz's username. Oh, wow. Oh, okay. Right, that's what happens when you toss me a song that I've never heard of. Anyway. Dr. Comic is out of battery, so he's not driving a fast lap right now. I don't think anyone is. Kind of missed it through Haas, baby. Gaz speeding his way back into the pit lane. He's going to be real fast into the pits. Full send. Does he get it stopped? Yeah, he does. He chooses not to exceed the pit lane speed limit this time. I hope he does it in the race, though. I think it would be really, really cool if you just drive in flat out into the pit lane in the race. I think that's a very, very smart strategy. It gains you a couple seconds of time. Ghosting through the Haas mechanics as they try put their car away. Sounds very, very fair. And we have maybe got a solid 2 minutes of nothing. So if anyone wants ear rape or karaoke of a song I actually know or anything like that, I say this is the time, because it's kind of the calm before the storm. You know there's about to be a 10-man war on the track. Lemon into the pits, and now we have officially nothing going on. Solidly nothing going on in the pit lane. Oh, now we have cars going out. Cars on a track, and it's a Haas. Let's go for a nice little copyright claim, shall we? Well, there's nothing exactly going on except a fight for pole in about a minute. You said with certainty, I'm maybe the dumbest person that you've ever seen. You think you're hurting me. Bet you won't believe it, but you kinda set me free. Perfect song. I'm feeling really dumb right now. Shifty, Twooge, and a Williams of Lemon are the only cars. Nope. Dr. Comic on a lap right now. You mentioned that Slip this guy's sedative, he's bouncing off the wall. Honey, it's no big deal. We'll get you back to college, you can study something real. I just have to pause that for a second. Twoostery has absolutely gotten outplayed. That 5th place illegal grid blocking thing, that is not a game glitch. That deliberately happens if you slipstream another driver throughout an entire outlap. And I reckon Comic's done that on purpose, to be honest with you. There is no way he's not done that on purpose. That is absolutely diabolical strategies from Comic if that was on purpose. If that was accidental, fine. But I don't think it was. That is badass. Twoostery getting absolutely shafted there. That guarantees no pole position for him. He's got a 5th place grid penalty for essentially getting played at this point. Down to 2nd gear though. It's not really impressive from him. Surely that's illegal. There isn't a rule against it. I mean, you can technically... It's not illegal to follow a car on an outlap. Do you think there'd be a rule against it? How would you even enforce that? I don't think it's really possible to enforce. If he's done that on purpose, then I honestly find that more impressive than shameful, to be honest, because that is an exploit of the highest order. And Twooge is driving another outlap, I think. Dr. Comic is off the road, and that will be his pole chance over. Shifty Wizard, though, this has to be the lap for him to take pole. He is one of the favourites for pole. He's one of the favourites to win the race. It has to be Shifty Wizard or King Gaz for this one. Ibrahim is in the fight. Husky's in the fight. I think it's down to them 4, as Shifty is doing well right now. I think he's on track to match his Q2 time, unless he gets impeded by the Haas, which he almost does. But I think the Haas gets out of the way just in time, and he's going to come up to the line now. Is this pole position for Shifty? It's the front row for Shifty, and King Gaz is still in the pit lane. He somehow thinks he's got pole position secured. So either Jamie Hester is driving for him and he forgot to go out on the track, or King Gaz is that confident in his pole lap that he's just not bothered to go out in Q3. Ibrahim is down on his time right now. Is he improving right now? He's improving by a very, very slight bit. But he needs about a 1/10.5 to take pole here. Shifty couldn't do it. Ibrahim could do it if he just finds a teeny bit more time through the 3rd sector. And through Stoke Corner, it was looking very, very fast. But is it faster than King Gaz, who now takes that checkered flag whilst in the pit lane? He won't be able to defend his pole position. Ibrahim could take it, and he doesn't take it. Husky's 2/10 down after the 1st sector, which basically puts him out of the pole fight at the moment. And Umka is essentially kind of in almost a wheel-to-wheel battle with Ruben Scott, because he started his lap that close to him. And there's a Williams spun around of Lemon, and that's his quali over. Him and Dr. Comic, both of them flopping their laps, and he's crashed as well. So that is Lehman firmly out of Q3. He was pushing too hard, going for glory, as Umka goes for glory, and also invalidates. As anyone improving right now, Husky's not improving. Umka is going fast. No, he's not. He's also done as well. Twoostery is done as well. He bottled in the final sector. Ruben Scott's the last man left. And a 102.7, actually. That looks possibly enough. I'm not sure at the moment. We'll see in the 3rd sector. But Ruben Scott, he's definitely going to improve a little bit. Possibly jump up ahead of Umka. What's it going to be? He does jump ahead of Umka. And that is your grid for the British Grand Prix. King Gaz making it count and taking pole position, with Shifty Wizard lining up alongside him on the front row. Ibrahim in P3, Husky in P4, Ruben Scott in P5, Umka P6, Twooge in P7, then Charles Henry, then Lehman, then Dr. Comic. And Stereo will be starting from P12 because of that 5th place. And remember not to ready up. Right, nobody ready up. HDR D3 bingo, anyone? Someone's readying up early. Yeah, I hope not. 'Cause I wanted to go to the toilet. And I'm gonna go anyway. I think it's formation lap on, so it shouldn't matter too much. Bye bye. Fuck's sake, Florian. Flandex has apparently readied up. Thank God formation lap was on, man. Fuck's sake. That's embarrassing. You win bingo. Oh, okay. So, bingo to Sourtub for guessing that some idiot would ready up. Now, Riser's saying lap 1 safety car. Well, that's F1 bingo sorted for him. Let's see if it comes true. King Gaz, it's Shifty. Let's give you the info. Gaps on grid between Aston and Red Bull. Oh yeah, there is a significant gap here. I'll point your attention to it. Umka staying within 10 car lengths appears to be a myth for him. Right, tyres. Shifty and Kingaz have gone for softs. Are they feeling that threatened about each other here on the front row? Ibrahim's... Oh, come on, Shifty. No. This is not how we do it. Anyway. Ruben Scott's also de-skewed himself as well. That's not how you roll, mate. Ibrahim's starting on hards. He's going to be vulnerable. Couple mediums, hards, soft, medium, soft, hard, medium, hard, hard. It's a very, very diverse field for tyres. As we now... King Green gets disqualified, and it's 5 red lights for the British Grand Prix. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 red lights. And we are underway for the British Grand Prix. Kingaz gets a very good start. Shifty does not, and Ibrahim's almost wheel-to-wheel with him. But Haski's got an even better start, going wheel-to-wheel with Ibrahim. Ibrahim just about stays ahead. And at the back of the field, there looks to be a little bit of chaos as Umka gets hit by Husky, trying to go wheel-to-wheel into the braking zone. And it looks like they've just about made contact. No safety car at the moment. Chevy Wolves is the one who's been shafted the most, dropping to the back of the field, as Husky won't be making the move on Ibrahim at the moment. Dr. Comic on the softs, powering past Charles Henry on the hards. He's quite frankly useless at the moment on this first lap with how much extra grip there is. And Charles Henry's going to be losing more and more places because he's gotten a horrible exit. Jundi Sundi's trying to go around the outside of Lehman. That's a very risky move, which he pulls off. Tuishteri also gets past Lehman. He's bleeding down the order now. As we'll check the rest of the order. Kingreen making up a place at the start. Minju's also, I think he's in the same place as he was before. Chevy Wolves, the big loser there, dropping all the way to the back of the field. And Kingaz and Shifty is going to be the battle for the race. Shifty is not wasting time. He's getting closer already. He's not wasting time being sat behind Gaz. He wants to go for it early on. And that he will. Them two are expected to pull away from this field because I don't think Ibrahim can keep up with them. Husky will be putting a lot of pressure on Ibrahim behind him. Medium versus hard tyres will give him the advantage for the early stint. But so far, looks like we've got a compelling battle story emerging between Kingaz and Shifty. Husky's dropping down the order! Oh, what's happened to Husky? Has he made contact or has he been there himself? Either way, it's double Ferrari disaster. Husky and Chevy Wolves are now both at the back of the field. I don't think Umka was anywhere near him, but we'll check it. Ferrari bottle job, says Sourtub. Steinosaur is going to be evilly angry in chat after this race, I'm guessing. The realism, says Sourtub. He's no longer driving for any team, so it's kind of a fun game for him to mock everyone. Charles Henry leaving the session. You know how much the lag spike comes in as Ruben Scott is now past Umko, presumably struggles with that lag a little bit more than the others. And Shifty Wizard is following Kingaz as close as it gets. You can read that AlphaTauri rear wing so clearly. State of play here. Husky had spun. I wonder where, and I've seen that before, says Emu. And Shifty Wizard's going for it now. Shifty Wizard wheel-to-wheel with Kingaz, going for the lead of the British Grand Prix, and he takes the lead. And the regime are out in front now, with Shifty Wizard in P1 for Mercedes, and Kingaz down to second place. Can he follow and make the repass? He's got a lot more battery to do it, but so far he's not followed very closely, and Ibrahim is just about staying within DRS at the moment. He's on the verge of dropping out, and he needs to get a move on because Ruben Scott is in the picture waiting for him. Rayson saying, I hope Shifty crashes just to make you feel sad, Diamonds. Okay, Rayson, you can shut it because your Alpine is not doing as good. He's only in P6 compared to Shifty, who is in P1. Now, Gaz is kind of going to get dragged along by Shifty here. So there could be a lot of passing and repassing, but they've got Ibrahim out of DRS now, so it is just a 1v1 and they can very much focus on each other. Both Williams drivers of JW Curtis and Lehman is very mid. Charles Henry's disconnected. Oh yeah, I meant to get him an invite, aren't I? This is why you ask in chat, mate. I forgot that. I forgot. Charles Henry losing more and more places as into Maggots Beckett's. His race is coming undone by unfortunate disconnect, pretty much. Minjuice is just about out of DRS. Chevy Wolves. King Ream and Husky going for it. Husky gets past King Ream. And now it's King Ream at the back of the field. I think he had a spin himself. Yuri not happy at all. Who's happened? What's happened now? Doctor spun! It's another spin at the final corner. I don't think there was contact there. He's dropped it himself. And now he joins the Ferraris at the back of the field. Rayson has cursed his own drivers. And now he is the one feeling sad. Ha ha! No, says Rayson. No, no, for fuck's sake. I told you, this is why I'm thoroughly enjoying this race. Thoroughly enjoying it. For all the right reasons. You got my man up there in P1, and compelling battles across the field. Chevy Wolves and Dr. Comic are going wheel to wheel now. Dr. Comic trying to go around the outside of Chevy. The battle for P13 here. No points for either of them, but they're not that far off P12, which is where the points start at. As Doctor trying to leave space into Cops, as... oh, it's so slow between the pair of them. It's like watching Formula 2 cars. Ruben Scott's out of battery already. How? How? How is he out of battery already? He's keeping up with a much slower guy. King Gaz and Shifty, their battery is 68 and 60. They're a little bit more even than they were before. Gaz had the big battery advantage, but looks like Shifty has outright race pace on him. Twoosh Derry is definitely faster than Jindy Cindy. Can you get an invite back? I sent you one. You're Charles Henry, aren't you? Yeah, I sent you already. Look. Right, that is an unlucky way for your race to come undone, mate, but now you got him. I invited him like a couple minutes ago, and he never received it, apparently. Chevy is stopped on track. Is he trying to cause a safety car or something? I don't know. Right, that was weird. Racing wants me commentator cursing Shifty. Yeah, okay. Well, Shifty, our race leader right now, he's clear of King Gaz at the moment, and I don't think he'll get overtaken at all. I think he's going to stay clear, and he's not going to do a Husky, or a Chevy, or a King Ream, or a Comic at that final corner. Every final corner is going to be absolutely nailed perfect for Shifty. As King Gaz is now coming towards him. Race leader on race leader action at the moment. Ibrahim is repassing Ruben Scott. Hard tyres versus medium tyres. This should have been a battle for Ruben Scott to win, but he's not taking it. He's out of battery. He's had very, very poor ERS management in the early stint. As... are you kidding me? Okay, we'll continue the cursing then. Shifty Wizard has currently got equal battery to King Gaz, and I expect that to stay throughout the race. I think his battery management will be absolutely perfect. He's not going to have any battery management skill issues like Ruben Scott. And he's not going to have any bad luck like Charles Henry in getting disconnected. And if he gets disconnected, my invites are definitely going to work. They're definitely going to go through to him, and he's going to get back in the race. This is exhausting already. Umka and Jindy Cindy now, 2 Red Bull drivers, and I suspect they're not going to have very good teamwork, but we'll see. I spoke too soon. Umka has let him through. Shifty Wizard leading this race. Again, the gap is for half a second, the same as it was last lap. And King Gaz behind him. He is not going to be able to keep up with this. I think King Gaz is going to fall out of DRS. And you know how well Shifty copes when he's under no pressure at all. Like, the pressure of leading a race does definitely not get to Shifty Wizard. Comms curses are killing me. Dr. Comic gets past Husky. Husky falling down the order, and Dr. Comic is up into the points. First stops for Shifty and Gaz are going to be coming up very soon. The only way any of the rest of the field can challenge for a win is if there's a safety car. Commentator curse for Ibrahim. Commentator curse for Ibrahim we shall. Hard tyres for Ibrahim right now. I think he's going to be on a very long and solid stint. You know how Ibrahim's very reliable on his tyre management skills. He usually doesn't fall off towards the end of stints. So I think he's going to be able to keep Ruben Scott behind fairly easily. And he's not going to be able to do any more problems.
I didn't ignore your comms curse, I literally did it. Are you deaf or blind or a mixture of the pair of them?
Hello, Comic. Shut up, Gilbertina. That's your real name, innit, Emu? Right, that's enough. Comic is stealing my name. I will sue him. Well, I missed it, so do it again. Okay, Shifty Wizard is currently staying ahead of King Gaz, and that's going to stay the case for the next 19 laps, because King Gaz is really, really slow, and even if Jamie Hester pops in mid-race to drive for him, he's not going to be able to get past the absolute Mercedes brick wall of Shifty Wizard, driving the wheels off the car. The wheels are going to stay on the car. He's not going to go into any barriers. Look, his traction is going to be perfect out of that corner every single lap, just like that, and he's going to win this race. We haven't actually had much in terms of overtaking action right now, but you know, clean driving standards, I take that over overtakes any day. Husky and Flandex are the battle at the back of the field right now to enjoy. Flandex, no option for a move at the moment. Both of them are past. Dr. Comic is on the fringes of the points. Of course the wheels are coming off the car. It's a Merc, says Racing. Your Alpine driver is the one. The Alpine are French, which means they're going to be slow. It's the French tax. Flandex is Florian. I'm aware, mate. I know. And look at that. Shifty's actually getting King Gaz out of DRS. Look. Gaz is struggling to stay in it. He's 8 tenths back now. That's 3 tenths more than it was the last lap. And it's looking more and more to me like a race that is Shifty's to lose. Ibrahim's losing more and more time to both cars in front of him. Gap up to 4.4 seconds. The soft tyre comeback had better be worth it for him, because it's not looking good. And they're both out of battery now. The battery management has been really, really poor today for them two. Fighting for a podium, and they're already out of battery after 8 laps. And now Ibrahim is teleporting like an Enderman. So that's not going to be fun for Ruben Scott. What he wants to do in about 3 laps time is strike first, strike faster, then undercut and never look back. But we'll see how well that works for him. King Gaz is over the 1 second mark. He's struggling to keep up with his former teammate Shifty, thus proving why I picked Shifty over Gaz. I had the opportunity to make the trade between them to get Gaz at the regime, but I kept Shifty because I know he's better than you. Does everyone indeed 3 use full TC? Most of them do. Most of them do, actually. I think the front runners don't, but most of them do, I think. Like the midfield and back markers do, but I don't think Shifty does. Gaz doesn't. Neither does Ibrahim, Scott. Actually, Scott does. But it's fine. They're still pretty quick, considering the assists. Gaz is pulling himself back into DRS. They're both draining their battery at around the same rate as each other. They're pretty much mirroring each other's movements. Now, Gaz could go for the undercut, but what he doesn't know yet is the undercut is not actually that powerful, I think. If he boxes lap 11 and he goes to mediums, I think he'll come out ahead of Shifty, but I think the lap pressure is enough for the repass. But we'll see. Ruben Scott has no choice with the undercut. He's on a softer tyre, so unless he somehow goes 15 laps and extends all the way to softs, which I do not recommend at all, then it's going to be a bit of a tough one for him. Umka and Jundi Sundi are pretty much working as one coalition at the moment. Jundi is saving a lot more battery than Umka though. Oh, Jundi Sundi has had a spinner and he's immediately lost the place to Umka, and Twoosh Derry pounces as well. So that's the Haas up to P6, and the Red Bull teamwork is now crippled. Chevy Wolves, Dr. Comic. Chevy gets past Doctor, who's now in the pit lane for his first and only stop of the race, hopefully. That is a really, really, really early stop to make, but looks like the tyres are going off for them real fast. Shifty and Gaz have no threats from behind, actually. So it's kind of straight fight between them, even if their soft tyres start to die off, which I think they are now, because Ibrahim just closed up the gap by 2 tenths. If you're racing in McLaren, you are saying among friends, Papaya forever. Championship awaits. I'm just quoting Sourtub. I don't believe they'll win. They're down in P9 and DNP. And Shifty is cooking. Oh, thank you. I wanted to drink. I almost died of dehydration. JW Curtis is in for the undercut. Not happy with those mediums. He's boxed really early to go onto the hard tyres. And this will be an attack on Jundi Sundi. Pit stops. Right, Gaz and Shifty, their tyres are probably almost done now. Wait, where did Valtzy go? I swear he was in quali. No, he wasn't. I'm gonna... Alright, I'll take a sip. That's Emu's sip. Now DeVito's sip. Now Sourtub's sip. If someone does a comms karaoke, I'll drop a bit of water on my head. Nah, please don't. Anyway. Umka is wheel to wheel with Tuisteri. He's made... Oh, okay. He somehow almost killed him on a straight there, but he gets past anyway. Tuisteri can't do anything. Gaz is in for the undercut. Undercuts away. Is it the mediums or is it the hards? This is a big key for the race, actually. Is it the mediums or is it the hards? Because both of them are equally viable. Hards for the car behind. But what is Gaz doing? It's mediums. Medium tyres going onto that AlphaTauri. And Shifty's now absolutely got to pin it with the battery. Pin it with the battery. I said that twice. He has to basically just push flat out. It's hammer time, Shifty. You're half a second off your personal best, though. So, your tyres have definitely seen better days. But Gaz could be out in traffic. Is he? Nah, he's got a bit of clear track, actually. He does have to get past Lehman, though. And Lehman's on the hard tyres. And Gaz is on the mediums. So, Lehman won't be stopping anytime soon. So, Gaz has to pass him on pure pace. And Shifty is keeping this gap up to Ibrahim quite impressively. Shifty has to respond this lap. He's probably going to come out behind Gaz. In which case, he starts to get a little bit of threat from Husky, though. They both have the same age of tyre, so I don't think it will be a massive problem, but we'll see. Because Gaz is now closing up to Lehman, and this is the crucial bit for his race. He might get stuck behind him through the S's, in which case, is he going to try an early move? And Lehman's not even going to fight this one. So Gaz goes through without a problem. Lehman puts up zero fight against Gaz on new tyres, and Shifty is in the pits now. This is the crucial stop for him. Medium tyres going onto this Mercedes car. Yep. And he will have one lap fresher, which makes about a 3 or 4% difference. This is going to be mighty close between Gaz and Shifty. Shifty is inside the pit lane, and Gaz is coming onto the main straight. Starts his new lap now, and Shifty Wizard is out of the pit lane. It's going to be so close. I think Gaz has got it. I think Gaz has got the undercut on Shifty. He's coming out of the pit lane now, and it's going to be almost wheel to wheel. Shifty Wizard is just behind King Gaz, who makes that undercut stick and gets track position over the Mercedes. Shifty did overtake him on the first lap without the pace advantage or the DRS advantage, so I think he can do it again. But King Gaz is now ahead of Shifty Wizard. Shifty will also have cold tyres now, which will make it even more difficult to keep up. But once those tyres warm in, it is going to be a very difficult job for King Gaz to hold him back. They've both got roughly the same amount of battery, but Shifty is now carrying a tyre advantage to the end of the Grand Prix. Is he going to wait this out patiently, or is he going to go for the move early? We're about to find out with Shifty, because I think he's in a position to make a move right here, right now, maybe into Stowe corner. It's fairly smooth for him, apart from all the lag. It's fairly smooth. He's using up his battery now. Jindy Cindy's been disconnected. Shifty Wiz is going for it on Kingaz, and he's going to take the lead straight away. The undercut from Kingaz has not worked out as he wanted it to, and he has already lost the lead to Shifty Wizard, who now takes back net P1 with all the cars ahead yet to stop. This battle is set to go on for another 13 laps, and I thoroughly look forward. Jindy Cindy needs an invite. There we go. Kingaz setting the fastest lap, but I think that's going to get broken by Shifty Wizard this lap, unless Kingaz can make a move on him, because Shifty hasn't gotten away sufficiently. He's used up a ton of battery to make the move in the first place, and I think Kingaz is a bit better at saving his battery than Shifty Wizard is, to be honest. I think... oh god. DeVito has redeemed Comms Karaoke for Shake It Off by Taylor Swift. There is no Swiftie in the world that enjoys that song. Dump the water on your head, Diamonds. You said you would. Okay. You're not gonna hear it. You're not gonna see it. Oh. Right. Oh. Oh my god. Oh, Shifty. Shifty's past Charles Henry now. Gaz has fallen back massively. Oh, I couldn't see anything. He just teleported 1 second. I didn't even see it because I was drenching myself in water for sour tub. My hair's all wet now and... oh. Shifty sets fastest lap, having apparently gotten a 1 second teleportation boost. Okay, right. I regret this in every way. I think Kingaz just had an unlucky screen freeze. But, what has to be done, has to be done. That's what people say. But I keep cruising. Can't stop, won't stop moving. It's like I got this music in my mind saying it's gonna be alright. Cause the player's gonna play. And the hater's gonna hate. I'm just gonna shake. Shake it off, shake it off. Heartbreaker's gonna break. And the faker's gonna fake. I'm just gonna shake. Shake it off. Right, that is enough suffering for me. Ibrahim gets past Ruben Scott. That's the podium done. And Death Star is... oh! I was forced to do that. And I had to drench myself in water as well. So now my carpet's wet. I hate all of you. Kingaz sets fastest lap. Oh, my clothing's still wet as well. This is so uncomfortable. No snuggles tonight. Shifty got out of DRS range of Kingaz, and that was the crucial bit. Ibrahim went longer to the softs, and it worked out for him well. But 9.3 seconds is a bit... I thought I set the prices too high, because we didn't actually have any comms karaoke for a while. Now, you know what? I'm just not going to do it. I've already done it. I'm not doing the same song twice. DeVito, you can fuck off. Pick a new song or I'm not doing it. I'm not doing the same one twice. No. Cry harder, Emu. No. Ruben Scott is somehow keeping up in DRS of Ibrahim. Why? Because his battery's gone, but so is Ibrahim's. Anti-hero? Sure, I'll do that. Fine, anti-hero it is. Literally, Shake It Off is the worst Swift song. I'm fine with that. I'm completely fine with anti-hero. You can't make me suffer. in the room. We'll watch Ruben Scott here. I should not be left to my own devices. They come with prices, advices. I end up in crisis. Tale as old as time. I'll wake up screaming from dreaming. One day I'll watch as you're leaving, 'cause you got tired of my scheming for the last time. It's me. Hi. I'm the problem. It's me. At tea time, everybody agrees. I'll stare directly at the sun, but never in the mirror. It must be exhausting, always rooting for the anti-hero. I'm getting clipped so badly. Diamonds, this is beautiful. I wanted it for Jokey. Okay, well, you can keep paying for more. Why can't anyone do an actual good song? Like, how about any song by AJR published ever? I wanted it for Jokey. I'm brokey. Yes! You can't make me suffer anymore. Haha! Gaz is losing the gap to Shifty Wizard by the lap. Oh, Death Star's not brokey. Okay. Well, so what are you gonna make me do next? Someone's had a spinner. It's a Haas spin. It's King Green, and he's been lapped. Husky, Dr. Comic. It has to be a song I know. If it's not a song I know, I'm not bothering learning a new song in 5 seconds. I already tried that for Hass Baby, and that didn't work. I just ended up waffling. Oh, Raisins! Alpine has had another spin. Make me suffer, but my driver's in P1 and Alpine are in the mud. Ibrahim is past Ruben Scott again. Ruben Scott and Ibrahim are somehow on equal terms. Ibrahim, you're on fresher softs. How are you this bad? He's on hards. Older hards. Ruben Scott's pace is cold, but not as cold as King Green. He's 42 seconds off the next car. Oh god, I feel for him. How is he so slow? Feel for the old man. How? I didn't know he was that bad. I thought he was fine. Ibrahim is pulling away a bit. Cruel Summer? You picked the one other song I don't like from Swift. And you want me to hit the high notes? You really expect me to hit the high notes? Okay. Yeah, this is the only Cruel Summer it is King Green stuck in last place by 43 seconds. I don't even know how it's possible to be that slow. I don't even know, like, I couldn't even tell you. At the window, always waiting for you to be waiting below. Devils roll the dice, angels roll the ice. What doesn't kill me makes me want you more. And it's new. Shape of your body, it's blue. The feeling I got it, it's ooh, oh, oh. It's a cruel summer, it's cool. That's what I'm telling, no rules. Unbreakable heaven, but ooh, oh, oh. It's a cruel summer with you. Wait. Okay. I love you, ain't that the worst thing you ever heard? He looks so pretty like a devil. It's new, shape here. Okay, I'm done. Wallahi, I'm finished. Why do you only have to do Taylor Swift? Why? I'll hit those high notes, says R-Web. Well, 'cause you're already hitting the high notes with every word you say. Time penalties? Yeah. Look at Jamie Hester asking for the unimportant stuff. Who needs penalties when you've got Taylor Swift? I'm disappointed. WO. Bro is literally Terminator and he thinks he's hitting high notes. I don't think there's been many incidents. I haven't seen a single incident this race. Hushterry past Jindy Cindy. I'm TPing 5 people right now. I don't know what that means. In Young Sheldon Season 7, Missy kissed another man, Diamonds. She didn't kiss you. I kind of want to be in Taylor's position right now. I think Taylor's got it chill as an actor, mate. I think he's really made it in his acting career because of talent and nothing else. Chevy Wolves has had another spin, so that's him firmly out of the points. Sheldon's looking for you, racing, says DeVito. You know who else is looking for you?
Lois Griffin.
So we have 2 key battles, Tushterry and Jindy for P6, and he can keep on looking. I welcome it. That is creepy. Is that why he went on a train all the way through Germany and stuff like that? Was he looking for you, Racing? Nope. Okay, I'm not even going to say that. No, no. You've taken it too far in chat. I think that should be banned. I think racing should be banned forever. Charles Henry gets a free position because J.W. Curtis has made a very late stop. I thought he was going to the end, but he's not going to the end apparently. That feels like a strategic oopsie from him. How has Ibrahim just not gotten away? I'm so confused. I'm so confused, man. Nah, let's time him out for the max. Fuck's sake, I should have made you song lover. Oh, you're broke now, thank you. No, if anyone tries to make me singing lover, I don't know what I'll do. I think if it's a D1 driver, I'm straight lining you in the next race, and if it's not a D1 driver, I'm banning you. Forever. With a prison sentence as well as a lawsuit. I'm still here, hee hee. Emu, you're broke! There's no way! You're broke! You're a brokey! Curtis is going to be scoring 2 points. Minjuice is now going to be scoring 2 points because Flandex is down to P12 and he could be out of the points entirely. Little tap, little love tap, and there could be an overtake coming here. But you know where else there's an overtake? Here. Oh, you bet. Yes, he does. I bet Emu's broke. And there's no way Emu would make me sing Swift. He doesn't even like Swift. Cruel Summer? I've already done that. I'm not doing the same song twice. I already told you. I'm not doing it twice, you stupid cunt. Lover. You know, I could just disappoint you by not doing the chorus. I could do everything except the chorus. Minjuice is... No, you're not gonna cops him. Cops is suicide. Cops is just suicide. I don't even know this song. Oh, 20. Ruben Scott's trying to get past it on Ibrahim. Ibrahim is weaving a lot, and he manages to get past though. And Ruben Scott is up into the podium place. Take me home. You're my lover. That's what I'll be singing to Shifty after this race because he's winning. Shifty's cooking. He's got the gap up to 3 seconds. Crash in the living room. This is our place. We make the call and I'm highly suspicious that everyone who sees you wants to have lovely 3 summers now, honey, but I want them all. Can I go where this goes? Can we always be this close forever and ever? Ibrahim gets past Ruben Scott again. It's a constant back and forth for the podium, and Ibrahim is running out of time on those tyres. Ruben Scott's tyres are eventually going to be better. Alright, there you go. There's Lover done for you. If you do a song that's good, like, I would totally do Weapons by Ava Max, but, yeah, bro, that was not singing, that was a frog. Welcome to my voice, chorus. Okay? I'm pretty sure your singing is like half the effort. You pretty much mumble one verse and call it comms karaoke. And King Reem is getting lapped by his teammate. Okay. At what point do I just say this has kind of been a bit of a miserable race? I might nominate him for Driver of the Day purely as a joke, and commentators get full power over that, so nobody can stop me. Sweet but Psycho Ava Max. Okay, we are getting good now. Okay, you didn't do Weapons, but I can't complain about Sweet but Psycho. A little bit psycho, and now she's screaming, my mind, oh, she's hot but a psycho, so left but she's right, though, and now she's screaming, my mind, she'll make you curse, but she a blessing, she'll rip your shirt, within a second, you'll be coming back for seconds, with your play, you just can't help it, no, you'll play a lot, let her lead you, you'll be saying no, then saying yes, cause you're messing with your head. Oh, she's sweet but a psycho, a little bit psycho, and now she's screaming, my mind, oh, she's hot but a psycho, so left but she's right though, and now she's screaming, my mind, drive a cop gun kinda crazy, she's poison but tasty, yeah, people say run, don't walk away, cause she's sweet but a psycho, a little bit psycho, and now she's screaming, my mind. Ruben Scott is trying to pass Ibrahim, but I forgot how to rhyme these. Shifty Wazer is leading by a lot. King Gaz is driving like a bot. Let him drive a lot. He's not cooking it. He'll be saying no. I'll be screaming yes, cause Shifty's winning this race. Ruben Scott's back up into the podium, as is a ghosted Ferrari, and this ghosted Ferrari is the lapped ghost of Chevy Wolves? Yeah, Chevy's unlapped himself, I think, because he's on new softs. Beautiful, you. Oh no, that's getting clipped. If it's getting clipped, if I end up going after this race and just seeing solely karaoke and post-race and none of the actual racing clips, I'm gonna go into a cave and cry and then live stream the crying. Ibrahim's gotten himself a late race penalty, and that's gonna ruin all the work he's done in defense. He's pushing him almost to the grass, and it doesn't even matter because Ruben Scott's still gonna get this position over him regardless. Ibrahim is kind of being a litty pitty bit dangerous on the straight. It's a little bit unnecessary from him, to be honest, because he's going to lose the position anyway, and I don't really see a point when you've got True also bearing down on you. If you lose even more time, then you're just going to end up losing position to him as well. Ibrahim has let him go at cops around the outside. Sunroof, reminder I can straight line you on Sunday. What is Sunroof? I've never heard of this song in my life, but fine. Only to not get straight lined. But after I say, Shifty Wizard comes around the final corner and wins the British Grand Prix. King Gaz comes home in second place. 4 seconds behind ultimately. He couldn't get the place over him. He tried the undercut. It didn't quite work. And Shifty Wither has won the race. Ibrahim is set for a podium right now because Ruben Scott has fallen off. But depending on that 3-second time penalty, Ruben Scott could still end up back on the podium. Ibrahim takes P3 on the road. And Ruben Scott jumps the pair of them to take P3 and the podium. Tushterry jumps up to P4 by lack of pens. Ibrahim down to P5, having got pens late race. Jundi Sundi, how has he done 14 laps on softs? I don't care what else he's done on that race. 14 laps on softs is crazy. And he's ended up P6 with a very solid drive, ahead of Umka in P7, Charles Henry P8, Haskey P9, Curtis P10. A lovely recovery from Haskey considering he spun out on lap 1. Then Curtis. Then Minjuice in P11 and Flandex in P12, taking the final points, with Lemon actually jumping into the points because Minjuice had a penalty. And that is probably the best race of HDR in terms of driving. Nothing wrong with that. I literally don't have a single problem with that race. My driver won. I got forced to do karaoke stuff, and I'd say that is a very, very good race. Oh, sunroof for the song. Okay. Right, we'll try sunroof. Nikki or Daisy sunroof lyrics. Okay. Right. I've never heard this song, so I'll try it, but I can't promise anything good. Oh, I know this. Oh my god, I know this one. Because it's always, it's played literally everywhere. It's one of those overplayed songs. I figured our web would be into that type of thing. But let's do it. On my mind, you got me stuck on the thought of you. You're making me feel brand new. You're more than a sunshine in my eyes. Pretty eyes in your head, you know it. You got me dancing in my bed, so let me show it. You are exactly what I want. Kinda cool and kinda not. Wanna give myself to you. Imagine anyone has to get a race director or race results and they just get a clip of me singing instead. I feel like that would be really painful. With you, I got my head on the sunroof. I'm blasting our favorite tunes. I've only got one thing on my mind. You got me stuck on the thought of you. You're making me feel brand new. You're more than a sunshine in my eyes. I got my head up the sunroof. There, that is. Alright, post-race interviews now, because I should probably do that. Right, post-race interviews, if anyone wants on. Right, I'll wait on if anyone ends up taking one, but, will there be one? I'm not sure. Right now, if the screen has gone blank, it's because I'm sending the race results to Gaz. Started on pole position, finished the race P2. Overall, you didn't get the ultimate points, but you had a very, very
.2 seconds away from Shifty. And then as soon as
yeah, it did look like he had the ultimate pace on you. couldn't manage to quite keep it because Shifty managed to get the lead very.
I was just trying to keep it within DRS range and then make sure I a second behind him, and then next minute I'm 2 seconds, so I don't.
With the internet today, but even despite
Internet
that,
issues.
yeah.
Yeah, but even despite that, as soon as I wasn't in DRS range, mate, he just pulled away. It's fair enough. Well played to Shifty. Very fast at this track. Very quick.
Yep.
Well done, Shifty.
Looks like it's going to be a back and forth championship between you two for the rest of the season, and I'm all for it.
Yeah, I was surprised that Ibrahim wasn't as in the pack like he was in Texas.
Yeah. I was.
Ibrahim led the race quite a long time in Texas.
Yeah. I was watching behind. He was not very fast on the hards, and in fact he was getting challenged by Ruben Scott and eventually beaten when he had fresher softs compared to Ruben Scott's slightly older hards, so he didn't quite have the pace in Silverstone like you two, and it ended up being a 2-horse race.
Yeah, it seemed to be that way from the start. I'm sat in a lobby with Juddy Sunday, Twooge, Husky, and they're all had their own individual battles. I can hear that going on at the same time, so yeah, see what happens. It's a long season.
Alright, mate. Great talking to you. Right. See you next week.
See you later.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
And with no one else coming in for an interview right now, I think that is going to be me wrapping this up. Good night. Hope you've enjoyed it. Thank you for making me suffer, everyone. And I'm joking. I thoroughly enjoyed this. DOTD nominations, well, that's obvious. Shifty, Gaz, and I'll have to check whoever made a good comeback. I don't know. Husky, he might have actually done. He kind of cooked this weekend, but you'll see afterwards. Goodbye.